Alright, today I've got a battle against Sharktamer. Yes, his signature poke is a slow bro, so don't ask me why his name is Sharktamer, because I really don't know. We've battled each other a few times before. He beat me in NU, which was just lows, and we decided to have a rematch. One, because we haven't battled in a long time, and two, well, I was bored to death on that day, and since he wanted a battle with me, I just accepted. So I threw together 6 random guys, and he is using 6 random guys from his infamous list that never works. And I energy ball the incoming, what's his face, Licky Gaming. I do not get that name. I do not get a lot of my opponent's names, Pokemon's names I mean. And I'm just gonna lead CD for massive health, because that thing has a lot of HP, and I know if I lead CD I can get a freaking breakfast from lead seed. Usually I get just light little snacks and little chewing gums, but I'm gonna get a full meal's worth of health here from each lead seed turn I can suck from that freaking gaming. So he decides to wish sometime. I don't know, I'm not watching the screen as usual. And I know he wished somewhere, and after that wish I predicted a switch and went for the lead seed, but he doesn't switch and he stays in oddly for the return. And his wish doesn't go anywhere, so this is gonna take a long time. And the best thing I can do right now is to A, either switch to something and superpower it to death, or B, go for the energy ball, hope for the special defense drop, which I really don't want to do because hey, it's so early in the match, I shouldn't be running our PP this early. So he thinks for quite a long time here. I mean, he spends so much time thinking in this battle, it's not even funny. So we double switch. I switch to my Shadow Stabber for the aforementioned superpower as he switches out to this not quite, and I'm like, what? Wait, isn't your signature poke a slow bro? And then I realize slow bro is UU, rightfully UU. I mean, if that thing is NU, I'll be I don't even know. So I decided to go for the obvious Thunder Fang here because it's stab and shit, and I don't really want to go for the crunch because it's not stab, even though it's still super effective. And my Thunder Fang doesn't do quite as much as I thought it would do, but I do get the handy flinch, which is always well handy. And he withdraws, and I was debating whether to switch or not, because that flinch was, in all honesty, well, unfair. I was about to say gay, but then I just held it back. Anyway, I switched in Grace Glaze, predicting an ice move, predicting him to switch to my Nana neck, but he went for the Stone Age. I'm like, oh shit! I was so lucky it missed, and from the looks of things, that stupid Wish Catch is banded as well, so god, that Stone Age would hurt like hell. So I decided now that is not a place for Grace Glaze to be, so I sent out my Peekaboo to take the Stone Age, but he switches into the Shedinja, which is all good because I can get a Toxic or something, or if the Shedinja, if he's stupid enough to stay in, but even Sharktamer is not that daft. So he sends out this not quite thing, and I'm not really sure what it wants to do. It could do anything like freaking Nasty Plot or Trick Room. I really haven't a bloody clue what that thing wants to do, so I just figure out the best thing I can do to stay in and Earth Power it. Don't know why I didn't go for the Power Gem since it's stab, I don't know, I just like Earth Power more, I guess. So, I sent out my Nana neck, but he makes a nice prediction and Stone Ages me again, which was just lows, and he gets a crit, and I'm like, ah, damn it. And I guess that's made up for the flinch, and he was quite satisfied about the crit, so we'll just leave it with that. So I sent out my Ginger Stick for the banded, healthy, chunky return, which does always KO it, which was just yeah! Because if it didn't KO, I will be in serious shit. I'm not gonna kid you, because since my Nana neck is gone, that freaking Wish Catch can hurt a lot. So out comes this thing, and I really don't want my Ginger Stick burnt, and because I'm choice locking the return. So I figure the only thing I have on my team to take that freaking burn is my, well, Peekaboo, sadly. And I go for the Power Gem as he switches out to this not quite, which is slowly going to die from poison. Not quite yet, but Now I don't really want to take a surf to the face because I want to save my Peekaboo for burn fodder, so I send out the girl who is swimming and he slacks off, and I'm like, oh damn. So I don't really want to go for the Endure. I know he has Psychic, but I don't want to go for the Endure this early because I know he has that Shedinja which can wall my girl who is swimming to death. So I can send out my Ginger Stick as he Grass Knots me, and I'm like, lo, what? Why the hell did you have Grass Knot on that thing? But never mind, my ginger stick takes absolutely nothing from it, and now I'm just gonna go for the trick, because if he switches it in that freaking setting jar, I will take away his sash. And if he decides to stay in, well, he's gonna lock himself into something, which happens to be slack off. So now I'm just gonna go for the Shadow Claw, predicting a switch to the Shedding Jar, and that works out perfectly. But of course, all freaking Shedding Jars have to be scarfed. And to take the piss, my Shadow Claw got a crit right there, which didn't do anything, which was just lows. And now I'm gonna have to, I don't know, Shadow Claw it again. But he predicts that obviously he goes into his Mighty Yenna, which is like, wow, Mighty Yenna. And he has Toxic Orb on it, which is just so lame. Every single Mighty Yenna has it. Or Flame Orb, I don't know. Nah, Toxic Orb, because Flame Orb casts attack. And I'm just gonna go for the return, because why the hell no. And he switches in his generic wall thingamajig, which takes my return for breakfast and lunch and dinner and supper and everything. So I figured the best thing I can do is stand up my Grace Glaze and get a healthy Specs Ice Beam off from base 130 special attack. I know you're sick of hearing that line, but I love it. So he knows I'm Choice Specs because he's been stalking me for the longest time. In fact, he's one of my very first subscribers, and he watches my videos. So kudos to him. So now I figure he's gonna switch to either that freaking Slow King or that freaking Shedding Jar, and I figure the best thing I can do is to send out my Shadow Stabber, right? Well, no, he doesn't switch, which is just odd. Now he protects again because he knows I'm Choice Scarf, and I really should get some new Pokemans now because he stalks me and he knows exactly what my Poke does, which is scary. Maybe he's a square stick-it tamer instead of a shark tamer. No, I'm not tamed by anything. No way, yo. So I decide to switch because I fear the freaking Shedding just switch in again. And he sends out this Pikachu, and I'm like, lol, what? Shark Tamer, are you really that desperate? Are you really that daft? What kind of a pillock uses a freaking Pikachu? Apparently the answer is people who are desperate for, well, whatever list they are having. That Vortecker doesn't even kill, and at this point I would normally be saying this is how awesome Glaceon is, being able to take so hard hits and then hit back even harder, but it's a Pikachu and it fails automatically, so I'm not going to even show off. So out comes my Peekaboo, and we double switch for some bizarre ass reason, but it's a good switch for me, and I get to power gem that thing to death, provided that he doesn't be an annoying ass and switch, of course, which he does. And here he's thinking a long time again. I don't know, he might be just doing some stuff off screen, some stuff unfit for YouTube, but he really takes a long time to think here. I'm not even gonna kid you. So out comes that Choice Banded Slowking, which is just lows, and I figure I go for the Earth Power because just to get some damage in. And I really don't know why I didn't go for the Power Gem, since it's Stab. I keep forgetting it's Stab. I just know that I have 2 offensive moves and I'm just randomly gonna click them. And I figure he might overpredict and shit, so he didn't, which makes me go open brackets, that stupid Brit. Now I'm just gonna go for the Power Gem, remembering that it's Stab, and if I went for the Power Gem in the first place, maybe my Probopass would have lived. Well, no, the burn would have killed it anyway. And we will be where we are right now, empty field and darkened text box. So he sends out this fool which poisoned itself, which Bladier will actually poison themselves on intention. British people, they're weird. No, I'm just kidding, I'm not being a racist or anything, I just felt like saying it because, I don't know, stupid Brit just have a nice ring to it, but I'll promise I won't say it again. So, I superpowered that thing to death, and that freaking Shedding Jar is really annoying me right now. Every time I want to go for a move, I have to think about, hey, wait a second, what if he switches that Shedding Jar what if he switches into my Choice Locked attack? What if he will over something else? What if? I hate that freaking Shedding Jar so much. It's so annoying. And to think that it fits so well into his random team he threw together at the last minute, it just took the piss. Anyway, I sent out the girl who is swimming, who can finally do something after the Shedding Jar is gone for good, and I predict him to predict my explosion, which is why I went for the Endure, and I predicted a Protect, but I just Endure in case he wanted to use a move anyway, so now I just Explode in his face, and that's a good game to me because I won. Self-praise. Nah, that's a good game, Shark Tamer. I hope you enjoyed it. I doubt you did, but whatever. Goodbye, people.